Hey, my name is Dylan Day, and I'm here to talk about Victorian sociology. Yeah! Start things off, the Victorian era was a time of class and etiquette, stretching from years 1837 to 1901. The Victorians were very classical, well-mannered society filled with aristocrats, kings, and queens. The society was strict about which class you belonged to and how you acted. Other factors like how you dressed and addressed others fit into this category as well. Talk about class. There were three classes: the wealthy, the middle class, and the poor. The wealthy were known for their luxurious lifestyle. They mainly fit into the class due to the wealth they had, whether it was inherited or given. The wealthy were expected to act and dress appropriately. They were told not to lower themselves so they would not be mistaken for the wrong class, such as the poor class. They had to know proper etiquette and how to address a lady. In simple terms, they had to act fancy. They had to be dressed in the proper fashion, whether that meant wearing jewelry or having a cane. They had to have, really proper etiquette. Due to the poor's harsh conditions, they didn't have time for etiquette. They had to struggle and try to live their daily lives, working on low pay. They often spoke in slang, which was very frowned upon because it wasn't in proper terms as the wealthy has it. They worked in places such as factories and mills with low pay and unsafe working conditions. Oh yeah, and they looked down upon them a lot. Middle class wasn't too rich or too poor, hence the name middle. However, during the time of the Industrial Revolution, the middle class became more wealthy and gained a lot of money. They thoroughly enjoyed feeling this newfound wealth and found new ways to indulge in that wealth. Ways such as buying new products like hats and such. The reason the Industrial Revolution impacted the middle class so much was because the middle class ran factories. They were in charge of them, therefore making more money. The downside of this is, as the middle class grew more wealthy, the poor suffered more. The saddest thing for a parent to endure is their children suffering, right? Well, back then, parents had to do that a lot. The poor suffered in ways such as unsafe working conditions and low pay due to the middle class rising. Not only did the poor class suffer, but their children did as well. Their children worked day and night very hard. Child labor was a serious problem. Children were in unsafe working conditions, and many got hurt on the job, such as blunt trauma and concussions. And broken bones. Wealthy children were spoiled. They were used to getting their way and had whatever they want, and they mainly took it for granted as well. The wealthy's children got a healthy education and attended school, while the poor and their children had no time for it, nor could afford it, because it was very expensive back then. Not only were they getting spoiled, but their parents would eventually pass their wealth on to them, making them more spoiled. Sucks. Finally, everybody's problem was solved. The later laws were passed abolishing child labor and having children required to attend school. This affected many, especially the poor, so they knew that their children would have a better future and be more safe. They would not have to get a job at an early age anymore. This law prohibited full-time work for children under the ages of 16. Illegal. X. No. And yeah, thank you very much. This was my Victorian Society project for English 4, Miss Gale. I really appreciate it. Thank you.